Today we are working on Psalm 133. Psalm 133 is one of the Ascension Psalms, and it's very often used for peace and happiness within a home. But today we are going to be using it for righteousness. Righteousness. Now, when we say righteousness, that has a lot of religious connotations to it. From a magical point of view, righteousness simply means that you're living your best life, that you're being your best self, right thinking and right acting in accordance to your soul's journey. The way we work psalm magic is very simple and very effective. We take the psalm in question and we speak it out loud all the way through once without stopping. This is called an incantation. And then we take that same psalm and we go back through it and we dig through each verse to find hidden occult meanings within the words of each verse. We see these as seeds, magical seeds. And as we dig and search and find and apply toward what we are bringing to the psalm, we are in effect not only discovering those magical seeds, but we're planting them deeply in the fertile grounds of our minds, where they take root. They grow, they blossom forth, and then they bear fruit after their kind. And that's exactly what you and I are going to do together right now with Psalm number 133. Behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. All right, that's it. 3 little verses, and they are amazing. Behold is how it starts. To behold is more than just to look at. It means more than just to say, oh, see this? Behold means to really take something in, to use a 60s phrase, to grok it, to take it in, to become one with it, to behold it. So it says, behold how good and pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. Well, now we can look at this on several levels, and all of them are amazing. The first thing is to dwell together in unity with your brothers and sisters, in humanity. Now, that's coming from the point of view of all people, of all races, of all ethnicities, of all socioeconomic levels, of all trades, of all predilections, no matter what it is, are brothers and sisters, because we come from one spiritual source. But to say brothers and sisters is almost to take it back too far. Everybody's an extension of everybody else. We're all the same person. There's only one of us here. That's the esoteric meaning of that Christic terminology of the one begotten Son of God. It means that there's only one mind. We're all it. We're all here together as one being, thinking that it's separate beings. So that's one way to look at this. But if you think of the brethren as the different aspects of your mind, the different thought forms, the different parts of your personality, the different behaviors, the different ideas, all of those different things that make up who you are, so many times it seems like we're at war with ourselves. And it's saying, behold how good and pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. Dwelling together in unity in your mind is righteousness. That's what righteousness is, because when you're in unity in your mind, that means that you're seeing things as your soul sees them, rather than as your ego sees them. The ego is the grand separator. The ego wants to see everything as separate. The soul is the truth, and the soul is all unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down the beard, even Aaron's beard. When we think of anointing, we go to like rituals and things like that, and somebody will take this little bit of oil on their finger and put this little dot on your forehead and say, blessed be. And that's an anointment. That's an anointment. But the ancient days, anointment was you poured the oil. you just took the oil and you poured it all over. Back in these days, it was, men had already taken over and had already locked the women out of the priesthood, unfortunately. So when it says that it ran down Aaron's beard, that's what it did. It ran down from the forehead all the way down to the beard, all the way into the robes and the garments and everything. It just got all over everything. And it was very fragrant oil. Now there's a recipe for that oil in, I think it's in Exodus in the Old Testament. And one of the ingredients was probably not what people think it is. One of the ingredients we believe was probably something like cannabis, something like that had some sort of a psychotropic effect to it. So when they anointed themselves with this, it wasn't just a little bit of oil on the forehead. It went all the way down through their beards. It went into their mouths. It went everywhere. And they did this not only as a way of sanctifying, but also as a way to be able to open their third eye and to be able to see things. All that to say that this precious ointment that is being poured down upon your head, that is going all the way down throughout every aspect of your body, mind, and affairs, is opening you up right now, opening you up to righteousness, which means opening you up to your soul's journey, opening you up to your true power, to see the truth, to know what to do and how to do it, to be guided and directed every step along your way. You don't have to worry about what to do. You don't have to worry about what to say, because infinite intelligence is going to guide you every step of the way, because you've been anointed and your eyes are opening. And it went down to the skirts of his garments. So Aaron is Moses' brother, oftentimes in these stories considered to be the first priest. The idea being that it's been going on for a long time. God has anointed God's chosen people. And you are the chosen person of God. You are. God doesn't choose some and reject others. God chooses everybody. So the chosen are those who choose. You're chosen if you choose. So you're God's chosen if you choose to be anointed, if you choose to have that oil run down throughout every aspect of your body, mind, and affairs. That means that you are willing and able to become one with your soul, to become one with righteous behavior, righteous thinking, being guided and led and directed, being truly helpful, being a force for good everywhere you go. As the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. So if you think of Hermon, that big mountain, I think it was to the north of Zion. It's a big mountain, but it was in what's now called Palestine. And same with Zion. These are desert areas that don't get rain. So how is it that all these plants thrived? It's because of the dew. The dew every morning descended, very thick dew, and that watered these plants, that gave the nourishment to these plants that were thirsty. And that's exactly what's happening for you. The desert of your life is being transformed by the dew of infinite intelligence, by the dew of infinite love, perfect love. And that dew is what is allowing you to blossom forth as your soul here on earth, just like that oil being poured down upon your head and all upon your face and your clothes and everything. That is infinite intelligence blessing you and saying, yes, I am here for you. Thank you for choosing me. And since you've chosen me, I'm going to show you how I've already chosen you and what you're here to do and what you're here to see and what you're here to help me with. Your mission is very important, is essential and sacred. For there the Lord commanded the blessing, even for life evermore. And that's what's happening now. The Lord is infinite intelligence. Let's orient. We finally got to the Lord here. Let's orient real quickly. Infinite intelligence. It's infinite life, the life principle. It's infinite soul. You are an extension of infinite intelligence itself. It's infinite spirit. That means that nothing can oppose it. You are completely at one with the one true source of all power, and nothing can go against that source. So since that source is blessing you, you are safe. Infinite intelligence means that it knows all. There's nothing that infinite intelligence doesn't know, because it is the source of all. Infinite truth. No lie can stand up against this. No lie within your mind and no lie within anybody's mouth. Infinite truth is freeing you even as we speak, just like that oil is moving all the way through every aspect of you. Infinite truth is correcting any errors in your mind so that that righteousness is the truth about you, meaning that your soul's journey is all that matters, and your soul is taking over now, and your ego is finally going to sleep. It's perfect love, that love that you feel for people or your pets or anything like that. That's just scratching the surface as to the love that this force has for you. And that love not only heals everything, it prospers you. It gives you poise. It gives you prosperity. It gives you all that you desire and require, because your desires are your soul's desires now. They're not those fleeting lusts of your ego. They're the true desires of your heart, and they're there to be fulfilled. And today we're talking especially about infinite law. These are laws. God's laws are in effect. Nobody else's laws are in effect. And you are at one with God's law today. And God's law is that your soul's journey is essential. Your mission here that God gave you is essential. And now that you're accepting that mission, you're under God's laws. And God's laws are here to protect you and prosper you and bring you higher and higher and higher. And that's why this is a psalm of ascent. And it says that these things were commanded by the Lord. These blessings were commanded by the Lord, even life forevermore. That means you'll never die. That means you'll never die. And these truths will never die. They will be constantly expanding for you throughout all time, throughout all space, throughout all eternity. And you are an eternal being. And you're going to know that more and more and more as you wake up to who you are as a soul. So these are the Ascension Psalms. They get very lofty. So let's keep coming back to this one maybe several times to really let these truths sink deeply into your mind and allow that righteousness, which is who you are. That's who you are. You are the righteous. You can't undo that. You're always righteous. But let's let that be the truth that you experience from now on. Thank you so much for joining me today. I so appreciate you. Until next time, blessed be.